Hello, everyone. This is my Module 5, Understanding My Community, Wilson Schools in Wilson, Kansas. I am Stephanie Locke. Sociological inventory. One thing that's really big in Wilson is the after harvest check fest. A lot of people come to town, vendors. It's a great big celebration. Wilson is known as the check capital of Kansas. We have the world's largest check egg, which is this guy down here. It's pretty impressive to look at. There's also a very strong German heritage in Wilson, along with the Czech heritage. There's very little diversity in the school and the town. We're also known for the Midland Hotel, which is over here on the left. The Midland Hotel was built with the railway, and it's actually rumored to be haunted, and so we've had the ghost hunters and that type of things out there. And then Wilson is also known for Wilson Lake, which is, there's a picture of it there, which is the big influence. A lot of tourism comes through there, people going to the lake, and that type of thing. Customs and traditions. Wilson is a very small town, so you get that very small town attitude. People are not in a hurry in Wilson. They're not trying to get anywhere fast. It's not uncommon to go down to the stop shop 5 a.m. I've been there at 5 a.m. and see the farmers having coffee, talking about politics, talking about their cows, whatever the topic of the day may be. It's also a very religious town. We have there's a Catholic church, Baptist church, and a Methodist church. So church has a pretty big influence on the school, and kids, and that kind of customs and traditions. Population characteristics in Wilson, the education level is typically going to be at least a high school diploma. Only about 22% actually have a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. The average age in Wilson is 51. When we look at income, we're going to be around that 42,000 mark. Wilson Schools is a pre-K through 12 building, so we do have preschool in the building. Our average class size is about 15. And next school year, we're going to have a total of 39 kids in high school. And then population 766. That is the population of the town. So we are pretty small. Communication channels, we do not have a specific news media. So social media is one big way. You can get your information about the school through Facebook. You can get your information about the school district in social media as well. So there's not a town newspaper, but there is the Ellsworth County Independent Reporter. TV, you can get your typical news channels like Fox, MSNBC, from satellite TV. If they're getting any local news, it's going to come out of Wichita, Hutchinson, or Hayes. Community groups. In Wilson, there's not specific community groups. So with this one, I decided to talk about the religious youth groups like CCD. The Lutherans have one, Baptist has one. So those youth groups are the big influence. We've even tried to avoid Wednesday nights during the school year so that the kids can do their youth group stuff. For this one, I did decide to use and talk about Wilson FFA. I am the ag teacher, so I am the FFA advisor, and Wilson FFA, we're heavily involved in the community. We do a lot of community projects. We do a lot of school projects. 67% of my high school is involved in FFA. Since there's not really the typical community groups that you think of, it is pretty small. We do have the Lions Club. We have the American Legion, but then for kids, it's really church group and then FFA. So those are our community groups. Leadership, the influencing agent in the town of Wilson is going to be our principal. I have seen quite a bit of looking for leadership and guidance from the principal. We are going to have a new one next year, so that will be interesting. Wilson Schools is actually part of the Central Plains School District. So we are one school of 4 in the district. Our district office resides in Holyrood, which also has our the second elementary school, because Wilson is the K through 12, pre-K through 12, excuse me. So Holyrood is, I believe, K through third or fourth, and then Bushton is where our junior high, where the other junior high is, and then Claflin is the second high school. And so when we look at the school board and break it down, there are 3 members of the school board from Wilson, 2 are from Claflin, 1 from Bushton, and then 1 from Holyrood. Economic conditions. This one I focused just on Wilson. I didn't do the entire district, kind of like the rest of my presentation. The most common jobs in Wilson, you're going to see construction, oil fields, manufacturing, education, and healthcare. There's a lot of nurses. There's a lot of physician's assistants, education, big one, lots of teachers. Manufacturing, there's MICO, there's Great Plains Manufacturing, and then the oil fields and construction. So we're a very rural community, and we also have a deep agriculture background. So if you don't work construction, oil, manufacturing, education, and health, more than likely you work in agriculture and you're a farmer. And then the average home value in Wilson I thought was interesting is $65,000. That's going to be typical there. Political structure. The president of the school board is actually from Wilson. She seems to be pretty middle ground. Her loyalty is not specifically to Wilson, it's to the district. Like I said earlier, Central Plains District involves 4 communities. You have Wilson, you have Claflin, Bushton, and Holyrood. And so it's kind of hard to get everyone on the same page and everyone happy. However, what I have noticed is that some of the other individuals on the board do seem to be looking out for their town, which I can understand. However, as a district financially, this past year we have been looking at closing a building and to keep our district viable. And I understand nobody wants to lose a school. And politics and how the district came to be, as consolidated as it is, plays a huge factor in making the decisions. And this decision, I understand, is going to be hard for our school district to make. However, it does need to be made. I want our district to remain viable. So the question of, can politics stay out of this district? I don't know if it has. We've been talking about the financial situation that Central Plains is in since November. The school board meeting here coming up is where they're supposed to decide. And I hope they can. I hope they can come up with a solution. We'll cross our fingers and hope we get there. Social tensions, when you look at just Wilson and you're looking at just the community of Wilson, there's not a lot of social tensions. There's no gangs. There's no any political strife between people. The only thing that I've seen is somebody got mad one time that a neighbor's bull went and visited somebody else's cows. Okay, which I can understand that. You don't really want somebody else's bull. But when you look at the whole district, when you look at those 4 communities, the consolidation into this district has created huge tensions between the towns. And if I'm honest, this past year was kind of a rough year to teach in this district because you could feel the tension between the districts. You could feel this, not necessarily animosity, but it's just tense because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know whose building's going to close or what's going to happen. Extra sources of information. When looking into the community, you can go to the school's Facebook page. Wilson Schools has their own Facebook page, as well as the Central Plains School District has a Facebook page. Our district website and our school website give great information. And then school board meeting minutes are kept on our district website. Power structure, when you look at this, we have the school board, they're at the top. Then it goes to our superintendent, principals, and the teachers. We do not have specified head teachers at Wilson. They're not officially given that title. We do have teachers who are in charge, per se, when the principal is out of the building. And since I started this program, I've actually become one of those teachers who ends up being in charge if the principal is out. So that's been quite the experience. Multicultural issues. The main culture is going to be German culture, Czech culture, and agriculture. Those are 3 main groups in our town. German and Czech culture are woven into the curriculum. A lot of teachers will teach about German. They'll teach about the Czech culture. Our art teacher makes these beautiful Czech eggs. If you've never seen a Czech egg, I included a picture of some down here. Our students make these, and they're extremely pretty. Um, and then agriculture. I'm the ag teacher, so obviously it's pretty easy for me to teach ag, but agriculture, it's not just in my classroom, it's in all of the classrooms in every grade level, which is really cool. Um, Public opinion of our school, our former principal organized a community picnic. The goal of this picnic was to increase our booster club membership. We wanted to have quarterly meetings with the public so they could voice their concerns, talk about their issues, and we did have a really good turnout. However, things happened with the district. We didn't have any more meetings, and unfortunately, we don't do any formal surveys or polls within the community. It's more, if someone has a concern, they'll call the school and they'll tell usually the principal. And then public opinion surveys. Wilson Schools in Central Plains, we don't have any formal public opinion surveys. So I went to our Facebook reviews. They were all very positive. They talked about how the school and even the district is a great place to learn. We put our kids first. And we had one woman who commented and said she wouldn't send her kids anywhere else, which was really nice. It's always great to hear that the school and that the community appreciates the school. And so that is my Module 5, Understanding My Community. Thank you for watching.